Scurlogue Champ was in a class of his own. Never has the sport experienced such an enigmatic creature who captured the hearts and imaginations of everyone on the terraces. July 1982 son of Sandman was bought out of Shelbourne Park sales for under £2,000. Went on to repay this amount many times over in the course of his 2-year racing career. A glance at his overall record shows what a sensational dog he was. 51 wins from 63 races and 19 track records. He was only allowed to start odds against in 3 races, one of those being the famous showdown with Bannerican Bob. And amongst his 51 victories, he notched up winning sequences of 7, 9 and 16. A truly remarkable record. Now here is Scurlogue Champ. Back in 1986 these pictures came from, running freely at the kennels of the late Ken Peckham, his trainer. He was a unique dog, off the track as well as on, and one that demanded that extra bit of attention that both Ken and his wife Pat were happy to give. Much was written about the fact that the Champ was comparatively well fed with prime steak on the day of his races, and the rest of his routine was very individual as well. But for all of his little idiosyncrasies at home and the way his race record looks fantastic on paper, it was the way he ran his races that thrilled the tens of thousands that flocked through the turnstiles to see him. This video will show you the dramatic impact that this one dog had on all greyhound racing fans in the mid-1980s. For those of you who have never seen him run, then you're in for a treat. And for those of you who, like me, witnessed his talent first time round, the next hour will be a delightful reminder. The Champ made his debut in July 1984, just 2 months after his journey from Ireland, at White City. Ken Peckham had decided to put him straight away over the stayers trip, and the 730 metres at White City would test his staying ability to the full, especially considering that Gala Louise, Ernie Gaskin's classy bitch, was in opposition. Debut for the Champ, and judging by his SP of 7-4 on, it was not unexpected. Next stop was Wembley a couple of weeks later, over what was to be the shortest trip Scurlogue Champ ever ran over, 655 metres. Well, as you see, the Champ took the lead just after the line, and it was obvious that he would have to be campaigned over distances of 700 metres plus. And he next went to Ipswich, where he notched up his first track record in his first ever marathon. Our next race is also over 8 bends, but this time at a tight Catford circuit. How would the big dog handle it? Well, looking unfamiliar in his red jacket, he would need all his trackcraft skills to triumph, and punters were asked to risk their money at evens. He really was a clever dog on the track, biding his time, waiting for the gaps to appear, and then powering through, and that brought gasps from the crowd as he recorded his second consecutive track record. Those who took the evens came back for more a few days later, at considerably shorter odds. Well, unfortunately, the champ couldn't make it 3 in a row at Catford. He was defeated narrowly in his next race, and then went to Wimbledon for an 11-4 against Payday over the 660-metre trip. But it was really Wembley that brought the best out of the champ, and Greyhound fans at the Empire Stadium were rewarded with his powerful display in November, which was to be followed by a track record-breaking run at Haringey. Decoy Lassie joining the ever-growing list of top-quality stayers that were being humbled in Scurlogue Champ's wake. But after another record being broken, this time at Hall Green, the champ finally gave signs that the clever mind could sometimes work against him and his supporters. Watch him here in the final of the Boxing Day Marathon at Catford. He's in trap 5. excuses offered there, although his record showed that after that race, with the exception of a Cesarewitch that is, Scurlogue Champ never ran more than 2 consecutive races at the same track. Variety was very much the spice of life for Ken Peckham superstar. 1985 started with a couple of defeats over shorter 6-bend trips, but as this race from Haringey shows, even when the champ was beaten, it was nearly always a thrilling finish.
There we go.
So 3 defeats from 4 runs in 1985 proved that he was not invincible, and some even thought that his bubble had burst. However, records at Romford and Hall Green were soon to fall, and when he started a 2-1 on favourite at Wembley in March, he had already notched up a couple of victories at Hove. Consecutive wins number 3 and 4 would have come in almost unbelievable style. And by the time he had donned the black jacket here at Haringey, another couple of wins had followed at Hove and Romford. Could the champ make it 7 in a row? Watch for him here in trap 4. Rather too close for comfort there at Haringey, and as the talk turned to the subject of West Park Mustard's 20 consecutive win record, Ken Peckham decided not to risk him again below 700 metres while the record chase was on. Now here's win number 9, back to his favourite track. next stop for the Champ, a TV trophy at Monmore Green. Prohibitively short odds to win the trophy outright, the Champ set up to spread the gospel to the unconverted watching on BBC Sports Night, and he didn't fail to deliver in heat or final. So a TV trophy was in the bag, along with the Monmore track record and consecutive wins number 10 and 11. Offers as big as £50,000 are coming in now for the dog. Ken Peckham turned them all down, and no wonder why. Now for what many people consider to be Scurlogue Champ's greatest ever race. On the 30th of May, over 710 metres at Wembley, the dog occupied trap 6 in the Eric Morecambe Sunshine Stakes. The dog was a bigger crowd pleaser, as the comic the race was named after, ran in front of a huge band of supporters who follow him around the country purely for the thrill of seeing him run from last to first. In Wembley, as ever, he didn't let them down. The class of this race was evident. Jet Circle, the soon-to-be Ledger winner in Trap 2, was the second favourite, 10-1. The Champ started himself at 7-1 on. The venue chosen for the attempt on win number 13 was a controversial one. This was to be Champ's first return to Catford since that strange defeat in the Boxing Day Marathon, and it prompted plenty of interest. Fans wrote to Ken Peckham imploring him not to take the risk of ending his winning sequence at the track, where he'd already suffered 2 defeats. The bookies, however, were more confident and installed him the 13-2 on favourite. Well, everyone's fears were unfounded when Scurlogue Champ found that opening at the first bend, and he went on to register win number 13 in front of an appreciative crowd at Catford. Win number 14 was achieved at Brough Park, and the legend of a champ was spreading the length and breadth of the country. Another track record, another delighted packed grandstand. The next 2 wins were also witnessed by tremendous crowds. Victory number 16 came at Ramsgate, but before that we shall see the Durando Marathon, where he started the shortest odds of his career, 10-1 on Derby final night, 1985. Win number 17 should have been no different. 8 bends around Peterborough. The 11-4 on favourite was expected to win. However, during the build-up to the contest, Ken Peckham received some phone calls advising him not to run the dog. No threats, just concerned individuals fearing that something may be amiss. Security was stepped up. The Champ's kennels were watched throughout the evening at Peterborough, and as the race time approached, the tension increased. Scurlogue showed no signs of nerves on parade, but those who were nervous were in the betting ring. A sustained, if not substantial, gamble, which had started in the anti-post market a few days ago on the Trap 4 runner Sneaky Liberty, almost made Ken Peckham withdraw the dog at the 11th hour. But in front of another sellout crowd, the decision was made to let him run. Even a loony jumping on a track could stop the race result from standing, and nothing's ever been proved as to why the Champ pitched on his nose at the first bend. Many theories included one that a stone had been thrown from the crowd, but the most widely accepted story is that Scurlogue Champ actually stepped to the stone but was embedded in the sand, and that caused him to go lame. The police investigation unearthed nothing new, and after the hullabaloo had died down, it was a sad end to the Champ's claim for record book fame. For there are the details of the Champ's winning streak, the 16-race winning run that had started 4 months previous to that Peterborough race. If you combine all his winning distances together, he came to over 101 lengths. He started odds-on favourite in all of those races, not surprisingly, and he broke 6 track records. Whichever way you look at it, a tremendous record there for Scurlogue Champ. He didn't manage to get West Park Mustard's world mark of 20, but it was a valiant attempt, and it finished sadly at Peterborough. Well, the only thing left to prove now was that he could win a recognised classic event, and after 2 months off the track recovering from his Peterborough injury, the Champ was entered in the Cesarewitch at Bellevue. 853 metres at the Manchester track, and 3 heats, including the final if he got there. Scurlogue Champ then, Trap 5 in Heat 1. So classic success for Scurlogue Champ, lifting the Cesarewitch crown and breaking the Bellevue track record in both the semi-finals and final. A defeat followed in his only ever visit to Walthamstow, then 2 wins came at Nottingham and Sheffield. By the time the champ had come back to Wembley in November, the BBC South East cameras were there, with some more gratefully accepted TV coverage of the star of the sport.
Scurlogue Champ is the dog in the white jacket, and I spoke earlier this afternoon to his trainer and owner, Ken Peckham. How is the Champ, Mr. Peckham? Did he travel well?
Well, he's travelled pretty well, yes. He's well, yes, very well.
And did he have his normal lunch?
Yes.
Which is unusual, isn't it, for a dog?
Yeah. We give him about half a round steak, about 11:30 today, because we're running early.
Yes, yeah. Do you think running early will affect him?
I don't think so, no.
And how is he? Do you think he'll win?
I hope so, yes. He's very, very well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, good luck, anyway.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there you are, straight from the trainer's mouth, but the #1 dog in red is Merry Story. The present is 33 to 1. He's from Wembley here, won last time out. 2, My Tootsie in the blue, and 3, Scurlogue Champ. Scurlogue Champ is in white, and he's walking very slowly past there, but of course he does. And now on to 4, Undercover Agent. Oh, there's Scurlogue Champ. There he is. He walks. He's not worried at all, is he? He's the champion that he is. #4, Undercover Agent. Now, they fancy this dog a bit down in Lingfield. Charlie Coyle, who trained the Derby winner Whisper's Wishes 2 years ago. And #5, Miss Bluebird. She's come down from Wolverhampton and quietly fancied. And we go on to dog 6, Lady Opinion. Came in as substitute this afternoon, this dog from Wimbledon, trained by Philip Rees. He fancies her very much, and she lost a £1,000 race by a neck in the week. And they go, at the moment, the betting is 3 to 1 on Scurlogue Champ. In fact, that's just changed. He's gone 11 to 4 on. And of course the dog they fancy will be to him, Undercover Agent, 3 to 1. And looking at the top dog, Merry Story, don't fancy him, 33 to 1. My Tootsie, 16 to 1. Miss Bluebird, 8 to 1. And Lady Opinion, well, that's quite a nice price, 20 to 1. And that could be a dual forecast maybe with Scurlogue Champ. As the hare is just about coming round, because it's got the atmosphere really of dog derby night here. It's most amazing. They're actually cheering the hare as it comes round because they love this dog Scurlogue. And I'll warn you, he'll be out the back of the field. Here comes the hare, and they'll be off any second. Away they go, and into the lead goes the red dog, Merry Story, the local dog from Wembley, goes well into the lead. He is followed now. So it's a local dog, Merry Story, leads the field. And he's followed by Miss Bluebird. Miss Bluebird. And Scurlogue now. Scurlogue now has taken a lead. Well, this is sensational. He's never done this in his career. Normally he's out the back of the field, but he's decided not to hang around tonight, and he's going for home. This is an amazing performance. Never has this dog led like this in a race. He's always come from behind, but now he leads and he's coming home, and no doubt you can hear the roar from behind me. And this is the dog they all love, and he comes home second is Lady Opinion. That was the dog from Wimbledon. So there they are. We forecast that, the odds-on favourite and the 20 to 1 second. With me now, Harry Lloyd, the Greyhound editor of the Mirror. Now, that was a sensational race, wasn't it?
Well, I can't believe it. I've never seen him so close before, Michael. I really haven't. When he trapped out, I thought he was going to do his normal trick,
yes,
get to the back of the field. I don't know the time, but that must be very, very close to the course record.
Yes. And, I mean, I was saying he's never done that before, has he?
No, not at all, not at all.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. And, I mean, I couldn't, as the commentator, I couldn't believe it was him.
Well, normally he's in last place there, but there's 5 other dogs behind him tonight. It's unbelievable what he's done tonight.
Well, what caused that, do you think?
Well, he's a bit of a freak of a dog. Everybody says he's going to come from behind, and all of a sudden he makes his mind up that he's going to kick off in front. How can you explain it?
Yeah.
You can't explain it at all.
Well, I think he's on his way back here, but he's taken a bit more out of himself. Anyway, a most enjoyable race, and the crowd.
Well, the crowd loved it. I've never seen so many people here so early in the evening. Everybody's come to see Scurlogue Champ.
Yes.
He's the one they all want to see. People have flown down from Scotland today. They were telling me earlier that people had flown down from Scotland to see him race tonight.
And he has this electric...
Oh, he really has it. He really has it. And you've seen it tonight, haven't you, for yourself? You got excited before the race started.
Right, well, now back to the studio.
Well, 4 more victories followed that Wembley race and extended his sequence to 7. Event Connections graciously accepted a tremendous challenge. The John Power showdown was to pitch for Champ up against the great Ballyregan Bob, himself also a canine superstar. This is the first time they'd met. Bob and Champ had been kept apart in the past due to their likes of different distances, but the challenge was accepted at Wembley, where Bob had to win to equal West Park Mustard's sequence of 20 victories. For the Champ, there was £12,000 up for grabs and the prospect of his most notable scalp.
£12,000 to the winner, 710 metres to race it out. A great race guarantee because Scurlogue Champ normally leads his challenge to the end of the race, and Ballyregan Bob tends to lead from start to finish. Well, this week, I've been behind the scenes with the South East dog. Ballyregan Bob takes his daily morning walk in the Sussex countryside with 62-year-old George Curtis, who's been training greyhounds for nearly 50 years. Dog and man have an almost uncanny mutual understanding. Bob, as he's known at home, trusts his trainer implicitly, and his trainer returns this trust by treating his star almost like a pet, cosseting him and caring for his every need.
Always make sure you get the sand and grip from the quicks, because if they get sore quicks, it can make a difference to the running. Makes a lot of difference when they're bending, you know. Then we get the old ears done. Make sure they can listen to the air coming in, making sure the air's coming in. Then we get the old toothbrush and get the old teeth all clean.
He doesn't seem to mind it.
No, they get used to it, day in and day out. Then we give the old sprinkler, tone your muscles up.
He's like a prize fighter, isn't he?
Well, it's the same, isn't it? You know? It's, take all the stiffness out of them, get them ready for the night. Good boy.
Last Friday night at Haringey, Ballyregan Bob won his 19th race in succession, and in doing so broke yet another track record. Now he's on the way to yet another record, equaling the 20 successive wins set up by a dog called West Park Mustard. And is this the best dog you've ever trained in all your years?
Fastest dog in 47 years, the fastest dog I've ever trained. So we'll definitely go to Wembley Wednesday, and possibly get on the first and second bend, because I think that's where it'll be won, between the first and second bend. Because we go in front at second, I don't think anything will catch him.
But the dog you'll undoubtedly have to beat tonight is Scurlogue Champ, a Wembley specialist who's won over the track no fewer than 6 times. The last time he won, I was there. And he's going for home. This is an amazing performance.
Well, Scurlogue is a past master at catching dogs in the last 100 yards.
He's a freak. I mean, I don't want he's the most exciting dog I've ever seen in my life. But he hasn't run with this class at all. And I think, you know, I still think my dog's the better dog. Wednesday will be the day we'll find out.
It's reckoned to be just about the most powerful lineup in the history of the sport, with most attention focusing on Bob and the Champ. 84 races producing 69 victories between them. The Wembley showdown then with Tony Gubber, the commentator.
They've billed this as the Greyhound race of the century, and it certainly has brought the crowd to Wembley tonight. Estimated at almost 10,000, which is by far the biggest crowd at a Greyhound race in Britain for many, many years. What a fascinating race in prospect. Well, the 4 owners have put up £3,000 apiece to make a winner's purse of £12,000. And of course there's also the title of being perhaps the greatest greyhound in Britain since Mick the Miller 50 years ago. Into trap 1 has gone the first dog, Glenowing Queen. That's the dog in the red jacket. No dog in trap 2. In trap 3 will be the white jacket of Trackman, the local dog trained by Adam Jackson here at Wembley. And then come the two principals. In trap 4, Ballyregan Bob, quoted at the moment as 6-4 on favourite in the black jacket. And on the far side in trap 6, Scurlogue Champ with the black jacket and the white stripes, the dog that likes to run from the back and come with a late finish. And there's a fantastic atmosphere at Wembley for this race. 710 metres, that's just over 1.5 laps of the track, and it will be completed in about 43 seconds. The track record is 42.9, and there's betting here tonight that the track record will be bettered. The hare's running, and let's watch for which dog shows first. There's the break. Oh, and it's Ballyregan Bob in trap 4, the black vest, who goes straight to the front ahead of Glenowing Queen. And Trackman third, and look how far behind Scurlogue Champ is. But that's the way he likes to run the race. So far down, you think he's got no chance. It's number 4, Ballyregan Bob, a clear leader ahead of Glenowing Queen. Less than a lap to go. Oh, and disaster here. Scurlogue Champ is running backwards. It's stopped the race completely. It's left it clear for Ballyregan Bob. There's only one winner here. The odds-on favourite, Ballyregan Bob, ahead of Glenowing Queen and Trackman, and the crowd are going wild. The winner, Ballyregan Bob. But what has gone wrong with Scurlogue Champ? Because it got in front of the grandstand and pulled up. The dog may well have gone lame. And there's the sight of Scurlogue Champ being carried from the track here at Wembley, having pulled up apparently lame in front of the grandstand. Well, that's an incident that has stunned the crowd of almost 10,000 and will certainly require some explanation. Well, that happened as the dogs came in front of the grandstand for the first time. Scurlogue Champ, as expected, was well behind, but that's the way he's run all his races, at the back, coming with overdrive on the final lap to catch the field and overtake them in the home straight. A tactic that has won him 5 races over the course and distance here. Lost only once in 28 races. But pulled up apparently lame, and the winner, Ballyregan Bob, the 6-4 on favourite.
So tremendous disappointment for all of the Champ's fans. An injured shoulder deprived them and the viewing public of what should have been a titanic struggle. But yet again, the high-profile manner of his defeat generated publicity, the like of which Greyhound racing would be lucky to have again. 3 months rest this time for the Champ, and as ever, he returned in winning form. By the time he had the chance to atone in front of the cameras again, he had notched up a sequence of 3 victories and entered the 1986 TV trophy as a 7-1 on anti-post favourite.
And now, the one they've all come to see, number 4, wearing the black jacket tonight, Scurlogue Champ, owned and trained privately by Ken Peckham at Thetford in Norfolk. This, of course, last year's winner at Monmore Green, Wolverhampton. A dog who's broken 14 track records and has won 13 of his last 15 races, and in all has won 43 out of a total of 53 races, and prize money now exceeding £20,000. And of course, as we know, the track record holder here with 52.62 seconds in June last year. The amazing Scurlogue Champ, who can seemingly do almost anything on the track, come from last to first, or, as has happened a couple of times in the last year, taken no further interest in a race, which is interesting. Whether he's getting crafty in his old age and perhaps deciding enough's enough when he doesn't seem to have a chance, I don't know. But he has been a bit controversial. Nonetheless, here's the hot favourite.
Scurlogue Champ still 3-1 on. Fairy Gloves and Balladere both 20-1.
So they're making Rosewood Girl the challenger to Scurlogue Champ. Fairy Gloves 20-1 now, which is interesting to me because here's a young greyhound who's constantly improving. We shall see. Fairy Gloves is going into the box next to Scurlogue Champ, and finally on the outside, nearest to the hare, is Balladere. Outside here at Brough Park, 825 metres, just under 2 laps. And now the greyhound who holds the track record here with 52.62 seconds will be coming from the black trap number 4. in this third and final heat. The first two greyhounds across the line will qualify for next week's final here. The hare on its way. Will Scurlogue Champ hit the box, or will he decide to come from behind? Away they go, and he's up quite fast. Scurlogue Champ goes to the bend just behind Daffodil Dolly and Rosewood Girl. It's Rosewood Girl, who was second favourite, moves into the lead down the back straight, and then comes Fairy Gloves, the young runner, and then Scurlogue Champ in the black jacket, number 4. On the inside, wearing red, is Daffodil Dolly. They're the 4 leaders. Fairy Gloves moves into the lead. As they come into the home straight for the first time, it's Fairy Gloves from Rosewood Girl, and then comes Scurlogue Champ, who's moving up now and making his big challenge, and passes the leading 2 and goes to the front as he goes into the back straight for the final time, and he's moved into a 3-length lead. Isn't that amazing? What pace this greyhound has. Scurlogue Champ, and then Rosewood Girl, and then Fairy Gloves, dropping back a bit now. Scurlogue Champ, seeming now, will never be caught. Round the last 2 bends, 4 or 5 lengths in front. Scurlogue Champ, last year's winner, is going to win his heat handsomely. Over the line he goes. Scurlogue Champ, Rosewood Girl, the second favourite, will qualify. Third was Daffodil Dolly. What a win that was by Scurlogue Champ. And I've just had the news that Scurlogue Champ has shattered his own track record here. His record was 52.62. He's now increased that to 52.26. That is an amazing time. So first, number 4, Scurlogue Champ, 3-1 on favourite. Second, number 2, Rosewood Girl, 9-2. And Scurlogue Champ will go into next week's final, having absolutely blasted the Brough Park Newcastle track record. Now they're ready to go into the traps, and this crowd here at Brough Park beginning to set up a cheer, and the excitement that Scurlogue Champ brings to a greyhound racing crowd is really quite something. This, as I've said so often before, this greyhound is the modern Mick the Miller. He might come out fast and be up with the leaders, he might come out last, and yet will still be able to catch them. These traps are very close to the first bend, which rather tends to help Scurlogue Champ. He's not a fast trapper by nature, but it's such a quick run to the first bend that he tends to be up with the leaders when he gets there, and that seems to suit him. It's 2 laps of this track. You can see the finishing line just behind these traps as they box the greyhounds. And here comes Scurlogue Champ into the box. He's won 14 of his last 16 races, 44 out of 54 in all in the United Kingdom. Sneaky Liberty goes in. Now Yankee Shadow, the second favourite on the last show of betting. And finally, into the outside box, another wide runner. Bad Decision. Scurlogue Champ, Sneaky Liberty, Yankee Shadow, and Bad Decision. The 4 greyhounds on the outside of the track all tend to run wide. So from the inside, it's My Tootsie, then Rosewood Girl, Scurlogue Champ, Sneaky Liberty, Yankee Shadow, and Bad Decision. The hare is on its way for the 27th running of the BBC Greyhound Television Trophy. Who's going to lead the way? Up go the traps, and it's Sneaky Liberty who's out very fast indeed from Rosewood Girl. Scurlogue Champ is back in 5th place at this moment. Sneaky Liberty leads down the back straight for the first time from Rosewood Girl. The ground in the white jacket. At the back is Scurlogue Champ. He's got a lot to do. Sneaky Liberty coming into the home straight for the first time. Leads from Bad Decision. And then Rosewood Girl. Bad Decision made up a lot of ground. Scurlogue Champ is lying 5th, moving up into 4th as they come over the line for the first time. Can he do it? Sneaky Liberty still leads. He's moving up. The ground in the white jacket is moving up. Here he comes. He's coming up behind Bad Decision. He's going to get into 2nd place. There's only one to catch. Sneaky Liberty, look at the pace this ground's got. He's in the lead and he's stretching away to victory. Scurlogue Champ's going to do it again. This is an amazing greyhound. Look how he's come from last to first. Scurlogue Champ's going over the line. He's the winner. 2nd time running. Sneaky Liberty is 2nd. Bad Decision is 3rd. Another extraordinary performance from this amazing greyhound, 3 3/4 years old now, the oldest greyhound in the final. Scurlogue Champ, owned and trained privately by Ken Peckham in the village of Feltwell near Thetford in Norfolk. Well worth having another look at the whole of that race, because he really wasn't in it at the start. Sneaky Liberty got a very fast start, and you can see in the white jacket At this point, Scurlogue Champ is lying 5th as they go around the first 2 bends. Down the back straight for the first time. Sneaky Liberty, very fast, early pace indeed. And looked as though he would be a Greyhound, very, very difficult to catch. Roseville Girl was 2nd at this point, but here comes Bad Decision in the middle of the track, taking 2nd place as they come to these bends for the first time. Sneaky Liberty moving round into the home straight for the first time with a good 4-5 lengths lead probably from Bad Decision and Roseville Girl, and you have right to the back of the field to see Scurlogue Champ. And now all eyes were on the white jacket to see if in the course of 1 lap, that's the line for the first time, in 1 lap, can he make up from 5th to 1st? Sneaky Liberty going well, still well in front of everybody. And then Bad Decision in 2nd place, and then suddenly Scurlogue Champ is 3rd. He's just out of shot here. Here he comes, and then suddenly seems to go into a sort of overdrive. Senses that it's all about to happen, moves past Bad Decision as though Bad Decision is standing still, and then rapidly overtakes the leader, who might just be fading at this point. But in any case, look at the speed, the extraordinary top gear of Scurlogue Champ. And from this point on, nothing was ever going to catch this. Scurlogue Champ coming into the home straight to create history here tonight, because no Greyhound previously has ever won this event twice, and this Greyhound has done it in style. Winner of heat and final last year, winner of heat and final this year. Over the line he goes, winner by some 3 lengths, to a tumultuous reception from this crowd at Rough Park, Newcastle. We have seen another wonderful performance from this amazing Greyhound. Scurlogue Champ from track 3 wins at 5-2 on the favourite, and 2nd from track 4, Sneaky Liberty, 12-1. The time not as fast as his track record last week, 52.65 seconds. Some performance.
So the Champ became the first dog to win back-to-back TV trophies, and for a while at least he became a household name. Ask most members of the public to name a Greyhound, and they're likely to say either Mick the Miller or Scurlogue Champ. He really is in that same sort of class. Those then the 3 major victories that Scurlogue Champ achieved, but don't forget he picked up lots of other good races, including the Sporting Life Marathon at Romford. And he wasn't really a competition dog. He did like a change of scenery. Scurlogue Champ for you. The last race we can see on this tape was run on Derby night in 1986. And although Champ was beaten half a length, it is a fitting way to end this video. I was there that night and was convinced he'd stop chasing, but as ever he proved me and thousands on the terraces wrong when he almost won the race of his life. From almost half the distance of a track behind, down to half a length was all he was beaten. Absolutely outstanding. It's a shame he could have won this last race on the tape, but still a tremendous performance. His career finished 3 races later at Nottingham when he damaged a bone in his wrist. So here's the final tally. 51 wins from 63 races and 19 track records. The defeat at Peterborough ended his chance of bettering West Park Mustard's world record, but after that the Champ notched up winning sequences of 7 and 9 and was in excellent form before defeat at Nottingham. Well, when he retired, great interest surrounded the possibility of Scurlogue Champ pups. Could he throw something similar to himself? But Crawley, who were denied the excitement of this due to his low live sperm count. He was a truly remarkable dog, some say a freak, but undoubtedly he was clever, charismatic and very fast. A few dogs since have been touted as the next Scurlogue, but none have delivered, either giving up the game altogether or simply not being quick enough to beat the best. Scurlogue Champ was the best and is regarded as the best marathon performer this sport has ever seen. glimpse at the record books now shows that his name is still evident amongst many track records up and down the length of the country. I doubt we'll ever see the like of Scurlogue Champ again.